everybody. The real pastors are back.
We are back. Movie news.
Yes, movie
Stuff.
news. Lots of exciting stuff happening.
Yeah.
We are here to talk about what we saw over the weekend from the DC Fandome event.
Fandome.
Fandome.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to try not to fanboy out during this whole episode, but I mean, you know what? It's the Fandome. I guess that's what it's for, you know?
Absolutely.
Fan.
There's one.
There's one.
Oh, no.
You know, but we are here to break this down, and we got some really cool stuff to talk about because what a weekend it was. What a journey DC took us on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. And I will say I was a little nervous just because of past events through DC and the DCEU and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, I'm going to watch it because I know there's some new stuff coming out, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. And I think as we will dig into, there's a little bit more excitement that is to be had. And of course, some theories that we'll discuss later as well.
Yeah.
So.
And I think that's the word, that the one word I could come up with after seeing a lot of this stuff is excitement. A lot of excitement. And hope.
Yes.
Which is the logo of Superman's home. Hope.
Yeah. And which is good because DC hasn't given us a lot of hope. They've had good things here and there, but not like a whole bunch of good. So this is exciting stuff. And we will definitely be getting into that here momentarily. So I guess the first thing up that we want to talk about is the first thing that was in DC Fandome, which was the Wonder Woman panel. And they
Can I just say before we dive in real quick, I just thought the way they had this set up was really cool. Yeah. I know the whole like Comic-Con setup is ideal when we're able to be in public again, but just the way they had this whole, it was very organized. It was just really cool the way they set this up, the whole event.
Yes. Yeah, it was. And like the Comic-Con at home thing, I didn't get to look much into it, but it looked kind of like a mess. I wasn't able to dig into it. And apparently a lot of people thought it was terrible. But this one, I thought they did a much better job into that. And I was really impressed on how they did. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like people sitting at a table talking to you like you're there, but you're not. But it was just like you were talking directly to, those of us that were watching. And it was just a really cool setup. And hats off to you, DC. Hats off. Yes,
very, very glad to see that. Daniel says, "What's up? Welcome back, Daniel, my man."
What's up?
Glad you're
By
here
the
with
way,
us.
Daniel came in and showed us that Steven Spielberg cameo yesterday. And if that thing's not listed, you don't see it. We can talk about that next week. But I went and tried to find it. It is, wow. He's hidden in there pretty good. Yeah.
Wow. Cool. Thank you, sir. So going ahead and digging into the stuff from DC, like we said, we had the Wonder Woman panel that came out, and it was pretty cool how they had it set up. They had everyone in like on a Zoom call, but looked cool. And then they had people give live questions, via interwebs. And they had a couple of questions and stuff. Most of it was just kind of like, hey, what was it like to work on the movie? I mean, what was it like to work on this and da-da-da. So that was cool. But I guess the big thing that was really awesome was they released what I'm assuming is the final trailer.
It should be.
Yeah, it should be. Don't show anything else. So they showed the final trailer, a lot of cool stuff in it. And so I think that we actually have that trailer here in case you haven't seen it. We're going to go ahead and show it to you guys, watch it, watch it with us. And then afterwards, we're going to talk about it, and you can go ahead and chat with us live and see what some of your thoughts are and things like that. So
trailer time.
Yep. So let's go ahead and check out this trailer.
This world is not yet ready for all that you will do. Your time will come, Diana. And everything will be different.
Citizens of the world,
I'm here to change your life.
anything you want, anything you dream of, you can have it.
Looked like you saw a ghost. Diana, lucky you. It's like not one day has passed.
I don't want to be like anyone. I want to be an apex predator. You've always had everything, while people like me have had nothing. Well, now it's my turn. Get used to it.
I've never been one for rules. The answer is always more.
The way I fly, they will never find us.
I forgot to tell you.
What?
Radar.
Will they shoot at us?
Barbara, what did you do?
You know, I'm not so keen on this one. I figure you are, but you know what? I'm ready to go.
I think we can do better.
Parachute pants?
Yeah,
Does everybody parachute now?
So there we go. There was the trailer. Like we said, should be final trailer of Wonder Woman. I will say, Gary, I think the thing that I was kind of looking to see, especially with this trailer, because some of the stuff we had seen in past trailers, like her riding on lightning. Now we saw her riding on clouds or something too. You know, which, you know, homage to classic comic book stuff. But my biggest thing was, how's Cheetah going to look? You know, when they announced that, I was just like, I mean, I know she's a big villain of Wonder Woman, but I don't know, that just might look really, really dumb. And I will say, I was pretty impressed. And I like to see the progression of her turning into Cheetah. So
I agree. I was also a little concerned with the casting of Cheetah, like Kristen Wiig. I mean, she's known for comedy. She was great on Saturday Night Live, but as a villain, I was like, But that trailer, you know, looks like she does a pretty good job, you know. And like I think the trailer showed a little bit much, but that's a really solid trailer though.
Yeah. I think it's like, I mean, like everybody, they're showing you something from the beginning, the middle, and the end. You know, they're giving you these little snapshots. You know, for all we know, she may turn into Cheetah in the third act, and that might be done.
Yeah.
That battle in the bank or museum, whatever that was, it might be maybe in the second act. You know, I mean, there's just a lot going on here. I mean, you even have the other probably main villain that's hanging around. I forget the guy's name, but the dude that's giving them all their wishes and stuff like that. So you have him to deal with as well. You're bringing Chris Pine back, which, by the way, did you catch Chris Pine when he's on that tank? Did you check those Nikes?
I was just going to say he's got the Forrest Gump running shoes on.
Yeah.
You know, classic 80s right there.
Oh, yeah.
But it makes sense because that was one question a lot of people had. How is he back? How is he returned? And the trailer answers that question. It's like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. So, looks like a really cool story, and I'm excited for it. I love things set in the 80s, you know. And it looks like her, you know, costume, outfit, what you want to call it, it looks more colorful. I did notice that, where in past movies it was more darker. It looks a little more traditional to the comics and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool to see. Maybe it's because you know, that's what she wore in the 80s.
Yeah, but it definitely looks better. It definitely looks, like you said, more accurate to comics and stuff. I mean, I can understand they want to do like work with it a little bit, make it a little bit more modern, you know, which is fine. But so so that stuff looks good. You know, obviously the effects and things like that all look pretty cool. You know, we'll just, obviously that one guy, he's the one who's driving the conflict in this whole thing. You know, it brings Wonder Woman something she wanted, you know, the love of her life back. But, you know, then it's turning Cheetah into this. Kind of gave me the like the Riddler vibe from Batman Forever.
Yes.
Like it's like the slow descent into madness for her, because she wants more and more. So it just made me remind me of that. I don't know if that's good or bad. Take it for what it is. But
no, I don't want to be like a cheetah. I now want to be a cheetah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
But I feel like I don't know. I feel like I've been hearing about this movie for a long time.
Mhm.
You know, and
Well, we should have had it
nice to see
already. So
That's true. Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, but that's a pretty solid trailer, and just continuing the excitement and the intrigue
yeah,
from it.
yeah. I know it's like, because Wonder Woman was their first real big hit for DC. I mean, since the new DCEU stuff.
Yeah.
We're not counting the Nolan movies, but like
Yeah, yeah.
of the newer stuff, the first real big hit with critics and audiences. So now we're getting this follow up. The only thing is, it's like, maybe we'll discuss some of this later. The only thing is, like, wait a second, I thought she did that stuff in World War I and then didn't appear again until Justice League.
That is,
So-
yeah. That is, or it was like, because in Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition,
Mhm.
she had been hidden for a while, and
Yeah.
so maybe they'll address that. So
Yeah, hopefully
that's a
they will.
question I have.
Maybe it'll be addressed in a different movie, which we'll talk about later.
Mhm.
But that's
Yeah.
that's some of the questions.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks awesome, but I'm like,
It does.
all right, how are you going to tie some of this stuff in? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, that's what's there. And I will say the thing that they released next was the video game Gotham Knights, which is exciting for those who are video game people. It's this continuation of the Arkham series, and you get to play as Batgirl, Robin, Red Hood, Nightwing. So
that's cool.
bunch of cool stuff. Go check out that
Yeah.
trailer. This isn't a gaming network, but just go check it out. It's pretty cool.
Gotham Knights. If Dave and Buster's ever opens again and they have it at Dave and Buster's, I'll play it.
There we go.
That's as far as my video game things are these days.
Yeah, completely understandable.
Very cool.
So another thing they talked about was the new Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn.
James Gunn.
So before we do anything, listen, Gary and I, when someone says Suicide Squad, just what a horrible movie. Like,
I wanted to like it so bad. I convinced
Yeah.
myself that I liked it, and then,
yeah,
it wasn't until the rewatch I was like, "This is not good. This
Yeah.
is not good."
I didn't even bother because I was just like, this looks terrible, just from the trailers. I didn't bother. I didn't want to see it. And then eventually one of the teens like, come on, you have to watch it. It's good. So I went and watched it. And they brought it to the house. We watched it. And it was just a dumpster fire. It was another one of those you could tell the studio came in and said, this is what we're going to do. Because it had some really cool moments that it was like, I think that's what the director wanted to do. David Ayer wanted to do.
David Ayer,
And then, and I
good
was like,
director. Directed some great movies.
yeah. So I'm like,
You know?
I think there's some greatness here, but then, WB came in and, decided to be done.
Yeah, and wasn't a big fan of that. Like I said, good stuff in it. Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. Will Smith was great in the movie. But probably the only movie I've ever liked Jack Courtney in. But everything else was just
Yeah.
So
And this is why I was excited just for DC stuff, and what came out is for this reason right here. Pops, he's been watching DC and likes it forever. Doesn't know much story behind it, but he's liked it forever. And I think that's the thing. It's like, that's always frustrating for stuff like Suicide Squad. And it's like, come on, man, you have these years of lore and material.
amazing characters. Like, you should be fantastic. But with the Suicide Squad, this new one's directed by James Gunn, who, in case you didn't know, also directed the 2 Guardian movies. Right there.
And so that's already a good thing.
Oh yeah.
That is already a good thing. But I just found, I was trying to find something. So this is just what I found, is just
Because we didn't necessarily get a trailer. We got mostly like a behind the scenes look, which that was pretty cool, but it was really long.
Right.
So go check that out. But that's a pretty cool poster. I like that.
I just found this cool poster that was released. There it is. As you can tell, it's they got everybody in here. They have King Shark, which actually I'm excited about. I think that's awesome. Anytime they can bring in a ridiculous character like him. But I guess they had Croc in the last one, so
They did.
why not?
I'm excited to see the cat Michael Rooker in here. My Walking Dead friends, Merle. He belongs in a movie like this. And I now know why John Cena had such a weird haircut for so long, because see the character he's playing.
Yeah.
So, he's supposed to look like a dork. Okay, it's by design.
John Cena's in it. Idris Elba's in it.
Yeah.
So did he take the place of Will Smith as Deadshot? Is that what we're
I
looking
think
at?
so.
Because
I
that's
think
what it
that's
seemed
what
like.
the case. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
So it
Yeah.
definitely looks like one thing I was excited about is it looks like DC, I guess Warner Brothers actually said, James Gunn, make the movie, and they actually let him make the movie he wants. And so it was pretty cool what we saw, some of the B-roll, some of the behind the scenes. It looks like they're taking this movie, for what it's worth, a little bit more seriously and a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see that, and hopefully he can bring what he brought to the Guardians to it.
Yeah, indeed. And I'll just say this. I don't see Jared Leto anywhere near any of this, so that's okay with me, and I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, we are totally okay with that. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he's done good in some other stuff, but leave that Joker character alone, please.
Right.
Oof.
Yeah, and if you want to go look it up, seriously, look it up. It's The Suicide Squad by James Gunn. You can go look it up because it's like 4 or 5 minutes long. So it wasn't something we wanted to show on here.
It reminded me of one of those things HBO used to do where it would be like first look, and it was like a 5-6 minute first look of a movie coming out.
Right.
So
yeah,
they do that between movies.
Yeah, so there's exciting stuff on there. I think Gary and everyone watching, I think I probably will go check this out in theaters when it comes out. I think I'm going to give it a chance because what we saw was pretty cool. If we get more of that from the trailer, it would be pretty cool. And I have faith in James Gunn, so I'm probably going to give it a chance.
James Gunn's getting me to the theater to see this.
Yeah.
And John Cena.
Yeah, I mean, Can you see him though?
Idris Elba too. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, they do have an impressive cast for this.
Idris Elba. I'm a big fan of his. I like him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I trust that James Gunn will do a good job with the characters and screen time and all that. Because you saw on that poster, there's a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, very cool. Exciting.
Yeah. So check that out. And if you're like us and you hated Suicide Squad, give it a chance. We're giving it a chance.
Give it a chance. Come on.
Give it a
chance. Just come on.
Yeah, cool. Seriously. If you were able to watch anything from DC Fandome, that's one thing I saw from DC. DC's like, hey, hear us out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, come on. Just come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, next up we have on here is the Batman trailer. Now, we're talking about the Matt Reeves, the Batman, starring Battingson. That's what we're looking at. I definitely have some thoughts. I know Gary has some thoughts. But just in case you haven't been able to catch this trailer, we do have this. We figured Wonder Woman and the Batman were the two trailers we can have and we can show. The rest will kind of talk through things. But you have to see it.
This will be the 5th time I'm watching this trailer since Saturday. I just want to say that.
Yeah. So in case you haven't seen it, here you go. And so you can see what it is. And then, of course, chat along with us. Let's see what...
From your secret friend.
Underneath the bridge,
Who?
top has sprung a leak, and the animals I've trapped
Haven't a clue.
all become my pet.
Let's play a game. Just me and you. Any of this mean anything to you?
You're becoming quite a celebrity. Why is he writing to you?
If you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye?
The hell are you supposed to be?
become my part of it. You'll see.
All right, Gary, I'm gonna have to let you start this, man, because this is your character. This is your
Okay.
this is your thing, man. I'll let you start.
I just want to say, Efren, my friend, and to our viewers, I loved everything about that trailer. That trailer got me so excited about this movie, and I have shared my reservations. I've shared my concerns over some of the casting, especially of Battington, as we're calling him now. That trailer and hearing how Matt Reeves talked about this movie before this trailer came on, it just got me it has calmed all my nerves. I'm ready for it. And the way, he talked about this was going to be showing the detective side of Batman. It was going to be a Batman who was still trying to figure himself out. He's only like a year or two in. He's like a DIY type of Batman, very grounded. And that trailer answered all those questions. And I can't believe they've only filmed 25% of the movie. And we got a trailer like that. But I loved everything about it. It reminds me of it is. Yeah. And, that line, I'm vengeance, straight out of the animated series, Paul Dano's voice, I'm assuming, as the Riddler in the background. And then him in the holding cell trying to fight the prisoners. I mean, I like the look, just everything about it. I'm here for it.
Yeah. Yeah. The I am vengeance. Now here's a question for you with the I am vengeance part. Do you think he just says I am vengeance, or do he says I am vengeance? I am the knight. I am Batman. Do you think he goes full swing?
Either way, I'm there for it.
Either way.
I was expecting him to say is going to be his take of I'm Batman, but he said I'm vengeance, and I was like, all right, that works. Yeah. People brought up. I watched a few other people's videos, but he's got the eye,
the eye black
stuff.
Yeah,
and no other Batman's ever had that, and it makes sense that he would do that. I feel like Matt Reeves, and Matt Reeves was talking about this movie. He's like, this is a very practical Batman. This is a guy who is angry, and this is very grounded, and yeah. So, but yeah, the voice, what we got,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. When I saw this trailer, I was nervous. I was very nervous, obviously, for the same concerns you had and many people had, and just some of the stuff that's came out. And it was like, when I saw this trailer, I was like, I like the gritty. I like the noir feel. I like, it looks like they really are focusing. And I'm pretty sure they've said this already, but they are focusing on his detective side.
Yes.
A lot more, which that's why having Riddler makes a whole lot more sense, because you have to be a detective to take down Riddler. But I was actually surprised to see that they showed Penguin, some Catwoman. So I was surprised to see that we don't really see the Riddler, which is good if he's going to be the main focus.
Which I'm assuming the guy doing the duct tape at the beginning. I mean, I'm maybe that was him. I don't know, but I think with the way they're going, I'm interested to see what the Riddler's going to look like.
Yeah.
Because I think with the movie, the tone they're trying to make, you're not going to have him run around in question mark spandex. Like Jim Carrey and Joel Schumacher gave us. But I'm very interested to see how they do that and how he's going to look. But you know.
Maybe some like mix of like maybe more of a green suit like the Riddler has been known to wear in different iterations of him. Maybe just have like a suit and tie kind of thing, trying to play the gentleman's riddle game, which that could obviously be cool and pull off way better. Again, minus the question marks, but maybe he gets that. I mean, I wouldn't mind it in a suit, just not the spandex.
Yeah, we'll see the spandex at home. But I love the look of Batman. He looks like he's early into being Batman. He's not an origin, because we've seen that. Even somebody was talking about his boots look very practical. As he walks in, and he looks really cool. He looks like Batman, but also he looks like the Batman in the story they're trying to tell. And I'm here for it. I really am. And as far as the trailer goes, great use of a Nirvana song. It just fit perfectly.
Yeah, it really
And
did. And I love how like it just meshed in with, remember the sneak peek we got of like just his chest and all that? They meshed it in with his theme song
yep.
that they're doing. So I definitely like just the tone and everything about it just seems, to me, it seems like I love the Nolan stuff. I love Michael Keaton and things like that. But I feel like, I don't know, I guess where this is hitting a tone that I've wanted of Batman for a long time.
Yes.
Because like even Christopher Nolan was great, but like this feels like more like an actual like graphic novel Batman. Like it gave me a lot of feelings of like Hush or The Long Halloween or something like that. And I was just like, yes, this is the tone that I've been wanting for him for a long time.
Yeah, the darkness, the grittiness, the anger of Batman, and the way, I know we didn't see much of the city, but it looks like, Gotham City is not supposed to be a nice looking place.
Yeah,
that's
right.
and we haven't really seen. Maybe Batman Begins is probably the closest, I think. Maybe Ultimate Edition as well. But this looks like a really, really dark city that needs a Batman. You know, and yeah, that whole, I've been calling it, the UFC scene where he just takes the guy down and is just punching him. He's like, I'm vengeance, I showed that clip to my wife, the trailer to my wife, Megan, last night. She was like, oh my gosh. And she goes, I didn't think he hurt people. I was like, no, Batman hurts people. He just doesn't kill. But remember that this is he's still trying to figure a lot of stuff out.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It did come out. This is year 2 Batman.
Yes,
and
year
so
2.
This is year 2. And which, by the way, side note, the whole HBO Max Gotham PD thing, that'll be year 1. Is what Matt Reeves has said. That's year 1.
Okay.
This movie's year 2. And it also came out that this is a different world, like different universe Batman, like, different dimension, I guess, as you can say, which we'll dig into that stuff later. Just remember that for later. The other thing I wanted to bring up, though, is what I was surprised to see. I want to see your thoughts, Gary. And you guys watching too. Did those not look like Joker thugs?
They did.
I mean,
they did.
Why else would they be wearing? I mean, yeah, they didn't have the red, but they still had the black smile, and I mean, they were clowns.
They look like Joker thugs, or I got a little bit of maybe the thugs that were the Penguin in Batman Returns. Some of those guys.
Yeah.
Somebody said earlier maybe Sons of Batman, but I didn't get that vibe at all. And that's way too early for that. So I didn't. Yeah, I mean, that could. We'll see.
Yeah. I know, because if they're just Joker thugs running around, I mean, they don't have to introduce the Joker.
No,
they can just have his henchmen messing stuff up. But I mean, I guess you could say that. I mean, it is. But the thing though, like if they would have had just the eyes, I would have been like, yeah, that's Penguin. But like they had the smile. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, it would be really cool if throughout the movie we get hints of the Joker. We've talked about the show Gotham before, maybe not on here, but you and I have had about some things we liked about that show, some things we didn't like. By the way, this movie seems to be going in the direction that show should have went. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah. But throughout that series, the first several seasons, it hinted at the Joker, and I think that would be a cool, way for this movie to go as well.
Yes.
But and I think that one of the reasons why I love the trailer so much was because it shocked me how it was an actual trailer. I thought we were going to get just more glimpses like we got before, and I've been fine with, but this was like a legit trailer.
And they only have 25% of it shot. Like
and
Suicide Squad is done shooting, and we got behind the scenes.
Right? How does that work? I don't. But and if you get a chance, I don't know if they have it in archives or whatever you call it, but if you get a chance to hear how Matt Reeves is talking about this movie, this is his passion project. He loves this character, and I always appreciate that, to hear directors, writers, actors really get into what they're doing, and it makes me appreciate it even more. And I'm here for it.
Yeah, and and Pattinson looks good in the Batman.
He does.
I will say, in those shots of him as Bruce Wayne, I was kind of like, he just
a little awkward looking. Yeah,
I'm like, he still looks kind of like pasty Twilight, but whatever.
Yeah, you gotta slick that hair back and be Bruce Wayne, but maybe he's not quite there yet. Maybe he's still trying to figure out how to pretend to be Bruce Wayne. Yeah.
Maybe.
But
so Cole says very much so. To what, Cole? Oh, here we go. He put something else up. Here you go. This is just me, but I would like to see some lesser known villains like Mr. Pig and Dollface and things like the Batman movie, especially since this early Batman. Well,
All right. Yeah.
yeah, fair enough.
We'll see
Fair enough.
See something different.
but usually those villains didn't show up until like after Batman was around at least a little bit. You know, like
Go watch Lego Batman. You see a lot of villains at the beginning.
yeah, Condiment Man.
Yeah. Calendar Man.
So,
yeah. But I hear you, Cole.
But yeah,
I hear you.
But I hear you, Cole. I do. But maybe getting some of these characters done right for a change would be nice. But I hear you on that one. So
one thing that does concern me a little bit, and maybe this is just, and I'm hoping this isn't the case. I'm afraid. I hope they don't go too dark to where they get a really, really hard R rating, and I'm a little nervous about that. But knowing Matt Reeves, I don't think they'll do that because they're going to want people to go see this movie.
Yeah, I doubt they will. I mean, plus Matt Reeves was able to get deep and dark without being gruesome, and I think that's the difference. I mean, you look at Planet of the Apes and such. Like that was deep, dark, but just not gruesome. But it was it was very violent a lot, you know. So I think he'll tone it down. And plus, when you talk about Batman, like, I mean, this if you put an R on it for a character like Batman, you lose
I don't think that's a good
70% of your audience that legally can't see it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, great trailer. I'll probably watch it several more times over the next year. It looks like I think October 2021 is the penciled in date.
Yes.
And I thought it was really clever. They had the question marks not only for the Riddler, but like we'll see when it, still in production. But I love this trailer. I really did. And I just, like I said, try not to fanboy out too much, but I loved everything about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Very excited. Very excited to see it. The trailer is exactly what we needed to bring buzz about the Batman. And let's just put this out there that just having these new trailers and all this stuff, it's just exciting because it means, you know what? The studios are like, we will be back in theaters. So that's exciting.
It's nice to talk about something in the future. We're not looking back today. We're looking ahead. And that's nice. That gives me peace and hope.
Yeah. And I liked how both trailers are like only in theaters, coming to theaters. So I was, so that's because it is these movies, you have to see them on the big screen. There's just no other way to do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So very, very excited about that. The next part here is stuff that we've talked about a lot. So we'll just kind of briefly talk about it. But it's, we had a Snyder Cut trailer, which, could you really call it a trailer? Maybe. I don't know. Because it was more just like, here's all this stuff.
It's a Hallelujah music video.
Yeah.
Leonard Cohen music video is what it was.
Yeah. So the news coming out of this is obviously just showing like, hey, remember those shots you didn't see? We saw in the first trailer, but then didn't see in the movie? Well, guess what? Those are back. Like there was a lot of that. And then there was just the news that this is a 4-hour long movie basically, and they're going to cut it up into 4 1-hour and then actually have like a 4-hour cut, which I'm just like, dude, just do the 4-hour cut and call it a day. Unless they're trying to like release it episodically, which whatever, but I mean, what are you?
I'm trying not to complain. I know I'm trying not to complain too much about that because I'm just excited we're getting it. But I'm also like, just do the 4-hour cut. We'll watch it. Just give it to us. Come on.
I know, just let us have it. So the main thing I wanted to point out that was probably the only like new thing that we saw was this picture of Darkseid.
Yeah.
And I think he looks legit.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure there's people out there that are complaining that he doesn't have his traditional armor and stuff like that. Maybe he does. This is just one shot.
Yeah.
Like
one shot in a 4-hour movie, people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, maybe this is him in his chill mode and he's just kind of showing up and maybe
he's at his house or lair, wherever he lives, and he's just, he's vegging out, waiting on the Justice League making his plan,
Yeah.
He's we'll see.
Yeah, but there he is, the biggest, baddest, there is, Darkseid. And I just think he looks cool. His Omega looking symbol is like built into his chest, which, whatever, but it still looks cool. And I'm excited to see
this was cool. And it was cool to see like a glimpse of the Nightmare stuff from, we saw some of that again with the Omega symbol there in the middle. And I thought, Stephen Wolf, Steven Dog, whatever you call him. I thought he looked better than he did in the Justice League movie too, the little bit we saw of him.
Yeah.
But this was
Joss Whedon tried to give him a face and try to make him more human-like. It's like, nah, man, like you don't need that.
No, leave it alone. Yeah, But I think this was more of Zack Snyder saying, "Hey, this exists. Here it is. Here's some clips. Here's some stuff you've seen." And it was pretty cool to see it. I liked how they had Hallelujah playing in the background. Zack Snyder loves that song apparently, and
apparently,
and yeah, it was cool. I'm excited for it. Can't wait.
Yep, can't wait. And I did like the other thing I did like. I was like, thank you. Is we seem like we're getting the proper edition Batman back for this. We're not getting jokey, pouty. Oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Batman looks like looks like we're getting that. The real Batman back.
Yes, and the very end where he's never faced us, not united. That got me fired up.
Yep.
And the other thing, no jacked up CGI upper lip Superman.
Yes.
So that's all I needed.
Yep. And we have the black suitor Superman. We have all that. He's just more just like, here it is, here it is, here it is. So
I think what's going to happen is this is going to come out on HBO Max, and this is going to be the version people watch from now on. And we're going to tell our grandkids one day that there's another cut of this movie, and we're going to show it to them. They're going to how did that get made?
Yes.
It'd be very much like Superman 2, the Donner cut.
Yes. Yeah. And then people are just going to be like, man, what is this? I'm like, oh, I have a copy over here. Really? Yeah. Hey, you have a copy of that? Whoa, it's worth like $10,000.
Yeah,
because everyone got rid of the old one.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Jeremy John said that. He said, "Don't get rid of your Justice League Blu-rays. Just hold on to them because it's going to disappear. I guarantee it."
Yeah.
Joss Whedon, what you did with other stuff was good, but ugh.
Yeah, I know, Ed, because I'm just thinking like, you know how people are. Oh, we got this. Throw this away or burn this. This is garbage. Blah 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 blah. But it's true. So I will be keeping my copy of the Whedon.
That's why I still have my DVD of Encino Man.
One day, right? One day.
Yeah, it's gonna be rare.
Yeah, I'm just hoping. I'm putting this out there just in case they ever are watching. Please, please, please. After it had its run on HBO Max, treat it like the theatrical run. Put on just HBO Max for 3 months, but then 2 or 3 months after that, please give us a hard copy.
I'll buy it.
I will buy it. I will buy it.
I'd spend a pretty. I have hope the wife isn't watching this, but I'd spend a nice chunk of change on that.
Oh yeah.
4 hours, Justice League, Ben Affleck, Batman. Come on.
Yeah. So. Hey, give us a steel book with all the behind the scenes, everything that happened for this. Give us a documentary on how the fans willed this into existence. Like give us that too in it.
That'd be great.
Yeah. That would be probably one movie. I'd be like $40. All right.
Yeah. Well, I'd do it. So yeah, Justice League coming soon.
Yeah. So it's just so excited for that. That looks very exciting, and I cannot wait for it. So sorry. Here's Pops asking about your lights. It's his computer. No, it's not the lights. It's his computer when he moves around.
I can't be still. I have issues.
Yeah, the camera adjusts for the lighting when he moves back and forth. That's all that is.
Yeah. To our viewers, I'm an socially awkward person, so I have to up the caffeine to get on these shows. So that's why I move around a lot. If you ever wonder.
Yeah. There you go.
So.
Yeah, and so moving right along here, we have talking about Flashpoint, and we didn't get a trailer or anything like that. What we got were some pictures of the Flash in his new costume. And I'm not going to show that one. Here's the one, Gary, I want to bring up. Because this is the one that I think is important.
Yeah.
Because, you see the cool costume on here. But, Gary, who is that in the background? Tell us.
Sir Michael Keaton.
That is Michael Keaton's Batman.
Mm-hmm. He's also right over there on my wall. He's right there. Yep. The one that started it all for me, Michael Keaton.
Yeah. So, to me, this is the most, as far as the Flash stuff, this right here is what's exciting. You have Flashpoint and you have Michael Keaton Batman in the background. We knew he was coming. We knew Batfleck would be in this as well. But just seeing them there, I'm like, yes, they're not yanking our chain. It's going to happen.
Nope. It is going to happen. And this movie is going to answer a lot of questions from the past and the future of DC. And I feel like we're all as excited as I am about the Batman and Justice League and Wonder Woman. This is the one we're really waiting for to see, okay, what exactly is the future? What exactly is going on with these DC movies? How are they connected? Are they connected? Flashpoint is going to address all of it.
Yeah, I think this movie is going to be DC's saving grace.
Mm-hmm.
Because while they're trying to tie things together and trying to figure out, because they stopped, they kind of messed things up, and then you have the Batman, which is his own thing, Joker,
Mm-hmm.
which is his own thing. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
how are you tying this together?
Is it ever?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think Flashpoint is going to be its saving grace to where they can go back and say, listen, there's multiple universes. There's different things, and Flashpoint is going to bring all that in. So they can, I mean, come on, they're tying in Michael Keaton Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, so I feel like this is going to be essentially, it's almost like the movie Vantage Point. You have this central thing, and then you have all these things coming off of it. I think that's what this movie is going to be. And and if they do it right, it could be done really well, and it could save continuity for all of DC that we've had so far.
Yep. It's going to answer a lot of questions. Like I said, if they do it right. And I'm pretty sure, won't we get more explanation? Maybe we already have, but the whole, I feel like I always go back to this movie, but in Dawn of Justice, where he, where the Flash shows up in the Batcave and he's like, am I too soon? I'm too soon. And he's warning about Superman. Oh, we're going to see the other side of that, I think. Isn't that connected to it as well?
Yes. Yes.
So that'll be cool to see more of that and what exactly was going on. So
yeah, because obviously there was some kind of plan. I mean, I don't think DC had zero plan. I think there was some kind of plan.
Yeah.
It just was all kind of going through Zack Snyder,
all
but then
part of the plan.
Yeah, and then when the Zack Snyder stuff went down, it just kind of went chaotic. So hopefully we'll get that, and I think it looks good. I mean, again, this shot looks good.
That is cool. That is really cool. That shot right there. Michael Keaton Batman. I've wanted to see it since I was, 1992 is the last time we saw him as Batman. So
now is a question: is he going to be old grizzled Batman? Since Michael Keaton is older, are we going to see him suiting up? And will this lead into a Batman Beyond?
Hey,
I know it's
there
all
we
theories.
go. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
That'd be really cool. Like, what if this did set up like a Batman Beyond? Like, he goes and gets some, he fights whatever's going on in Flashpoint, and then out of there, he's like, I mean, I can't do this anymore. And then we hear about Batman Beyond coming. Oh, that'd be so good.
Yeah, that would be amazing. So that would be amazing. And and here's the thing: excitement, hope, and the possibilities are endless with what they can do. And
especially with this movie.
With this movie, and it all boils down to the characters. DC, showcasing these amazing characters that they have, and it's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
hopefully.
So don't mess it up, DC. Please you're giving us promise. Don't mess it up.
Yeah, don't mess it up. Don't make me come on this show 2 years from now and be like, well, remember that one episode where I said we had hope? I was wrong. Just watch. Just go watch Endgame.
Yeah, just
kidding.
Yeah.
And Dark Knight.
Well, I don't think the Batman will disappoint us, but
I really don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think that'll end up disappointing us, but other things still could go awry. So,
Yeah.
So excited for that. The next one, we're going to kind of hit through these quick because again, they're just little snapshots of things but this is what they released. They released Shazam: Fury of the Gods, Shazam 2. This is the title of it. So I'm obviously not sure where they're going to take it, but Fury of the Gods seemed like there's going to be some real huge epic battle. Something's going to go down. Did you ever see the first one, Gary? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I need to add it to my Blu-ray collection.
Yeah. So the first one was a lot of fun. I thought it was really good. And again, this is where some of the continuity stuff, because because throughout it they talk about Superman and Batman, and then there was the ending, and they talk about Wonder Woman, and they have Aquaman in the so obviously this is all there and tied together. How does it work? Maybe Flashpoint will answer it.
We'll see.
But so they released this, and they at least said it's going to be Fury of the Gods. So there's something there that's going to be huge. Because I will say, like, I've known of Shazam, or Captain Marvel, as he was known before the whole lawsuit thing, and they changed him to Shazam. So I know a little bit about his backstory, but isn't one character I know a whole lot of.
Yeah, same. What I know is the movie we got mostly.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, mine was like from the old Justice League cartoons.
Oh, gotcha.
Stuff like that. And I have an old VHS where he's still called Captain Marvel, which I watched once or twice just to laugh at it because it was terrible.
Nice.
But
Shazam.
But in the same vein of Shazam, we also have We also have some news, not news really. We know a Black Adam movie is coming, which he is one of Shazam's villains. And check out this thing they released here. They released another one, him like sitting on a throne. But here he is. You see the same lightning, so there is the similarities there. Sounds like people are having fun at your office.
Oh yeah, they have fun when I'm in here apparently.
Yeah. So, but there is a look at Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Go ahead, Gary. What you think, man?
It looks awesome. I don't know a whole lot, like I said, but I know I've been hearing about Black Adam for a long time, and I know this is one of The Rock's passion projects, and it looks really cool. I'm a big fan of him. I've been, I remember when he was just The Rock, and he would walk out and get on the microphone in front of the millions of Rock's fans and electrify. But yeah, I've been a fan since he became Dwayne again. But yeah, this looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like this. I like the other one. You guys can look it up. He's like sitting on a throne, so it looks pretty cool. I'm just curious to see. Again, I don't know a lot about this character outside that I know he fights Shazam. I know he's one of his villains, so I'm curious to see like what they take with this. Is it going to be like Venom, where he's more of a anti-hero, where he's really not a good guy, but he'll save the world in this kind of thing? Yeah, but in the first Shazam, they did talk about there was one who turned against us, kind of thing. So was that a reference to Black Adam? Is that is this movie going to take care of that? So I'm curious to see that kind of stuff, and I'm curious to see him in a role of kind of like a villain.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't think he's done that except for in the the mid '90s in WWF, which he did.
Yeah,
well.
But that's different kind of acting. So
yes,
curious to see it on screen.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. So that looked kind of cool. That's pretty much like the main stuff that came out of it. Like I said, they had the Gotham Knights video game. They had the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League video game, which go look at that trailer. That looks like a lot of fun. But that's pretty much it, other than some cool behind the scenes of comics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Gary, what are some final thoughts here from everything you saw?
Well, like I said at the top, I thought, I didn't get to see as much as I thought I would have liked, but what I did see of everything, I thought it was really put together well. You felt like a special event, how they had it scheduled, organized well. And what we saw, like I said, excitement. There's a lot of excitement coming from DC, and I can't wait to check it all out and to go to a theater and and see what they got for us.
Yeah, I said it too. Lots of excitement. I guess the biggest exciting thing for me was it looks like DC's heading in the right direction. Because for a long time there, it seemed like this whole thing's going to die. And maybe they're just going to be like, all right, we're just going to do one-off movies here and there and not worry about it because we've lost what we were trying to do. But it looks like now DC's like, hey, we're coming back stronger than ever. Here's our promised future. Here's the hope. Superman. But just, and then just hearing them like getting Michael Keaton, getting Batfleck to come back. Apparently he's signed on for 4 more projects.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Granted, it could be cameos or something.
Yeah.
That's
really
but either
cool.
way, he signed on for that.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. The Batman, Matt Reeves' Batman, I guess it's supposed to be a trilogy. Would I hear that right?
I think so.
I think it's supposed to be a trilogy. Yeah. So just a lot of promise for the future.
A lot of promise.
It looks exciting, especially when, at least in my opinion, I don't care, y'all can roast me later, where Marvel now looks like it's on the downhill. There are some movies here and there that look cool that I'll check out, but whatever, it's almost, I have a lot of disinterest in what's going on with Marvel. Black Widow looks cool. Shang-Chi, some things look cool, but there's just not a lot of promise there. But DC,
I just feel like DC's time now again.
Yeah.
And Marvel, they just gave us some amazing movies for a long time, and maybe it's time for them to take a back seat and let DC have a chance to take over a little bit. And,
which I'm okay with. I love these characters.
Me too.
Yes, I'm a Marvel guy, but listen, I grew up with animated series Batman, Justice League Batman, Superman animated series. I grew up with a lot of those cartoons, and I love all these characters, and I love everything that DC brings. There's just so much to do there. So.
Yep. Indeed. Lots of excitement. Now, DC, let's get some really great movies out of this.
Yeah, let's do this. We're ready. You have gotten us excited. You have gotten a lot of the fan base excited. Don't mess this up.
Don't mess this up. Please don't mess this up.
Yeah, Diesel.
Especially the Batman.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. What are your thoughts from the trailers you saw, whether it's on channel or elsewhere? Just everything DC did. Are you excited? What do you think? We'd love to continue the conversation, in the comments. We'd love to have that. And don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends. Turn on the bell so you don't miss out on future videos, because we will be back on Monday.
And we're talking about Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, but there's your hint. So we're continuing our deep dive on Monday. We said we're going to do the whole franchise, so we're doing it. And we'll be discussing.
Do we have to?
Yep, we will be discussing Jurassic Park 3. Are there any good parts? We'll see. We'll discuss it on Monday.
We'll see.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for being with us, everyone. We'll see you.
We got to go back to work now.